The Solstice of Heroes event started a few weeks ago in Destiny 2, and I know the event's about halfway through now, but I wanted to give my tips and my experiences of the different challenges and how to best approach them basically, and how to sort of do them a bit easier essentially. So I've got a few challenges that I'm going to go through. I'm not going to go through all of them, so I'm going to just list which one I'm going to go through. So the orb challenges, the grenade kill challenges, the super kill challenges, PvP and PvE, and then the missions, as in actually doing the Redux missions, those challenges, and a few other ones. So before we get started, for some reason my laptop decided to force update because it's Windows 10, and somehow my mic sounds different now. I have no idea why. It used to be all staticky and now it is echoey kind of, so I haven't changed anything with the mic, but it sounds different. I don't know why, but I just wanted to clear that up before I start the video. So basically, first off, orb challenges. So the orb challenges can actually be quite a few different things. One of them is just get orbs, and it'll have like 0% to 100%. I think you have to get like 200 orbs or something like that. So basically the best way to get orbs in general is by doing the Redux mission called Payback, which is the one with the tank. You just select whatever subclass you want, and then whenever you kill enemies with the cannon on the tank, not the flare missile things, but the actual cannon, it'll sprout up basically orbs of the subclass you have. I think it is subclass dependent. I don't think it only generates solar orbs. I've seen somewhere that someone said it generates solar orbs. I think it generates whatever subclass you've chosen. So yeah, but basically if you want void orbs, choose the void subclass, and likewise the arc and solar. You can do that mission. That gets you quite a few orbs because there's quite a few orange bar enemies. You just have to get out of the tank every now and then collect them. So that works pretty well. If the tank gets destroyed, you can actually end yourself, and then you can respawn and the tank will be beside you basically, so it'll be like half health or something. So if your tank is destroyed, end yourself, you get a new tank. So that's how that works. You can keep repeating the mission as well, and this also works for the collect orbs on Earth, because that mission takes place on Earth, so it actually works. In addition to this, there's the different public events. So there's the Glimmer Extraction public event on Heroic, which gives you a ton of void orbs, because a lot of people will use Warface rigs and the Shadow Shot for that section where you have to secure the Glimmer basically. So you can use your Hunter, and people will have Hunters as well, so you can get loads of void orbs that way, and that's a really good way to do that. You can also kill enemies with whatever subclass you have, so it doesn't really matter. Obviously to get orbs you have to be wearing a full armor set for the Solstice of Heroes event, and you also need to be using the right subclass and the right energy weapons to actually generate orbs. I think primary weapons, the kinetic weapons, do give you orbs. It just depends on what subclass you are. You can also go to the Leviathan, because on the entrance to that raid there's a bunch of orange bar cabal, and you can kill them and they'll generate orbs. It's really only orange and yellow bar enemies which generate orbs. Red bars do occasionally, but not that often, so orange bars are a lot more reliable, and Leviathan has quite a few of them at the entrance. That's about it for the orb challenges though. For strikes, I think it's usually the arc orbs you have to get in strikes, so you just have to use the right subclass or weapons as for them. It really is just a lot of strikes. But that's about it for the orb challenges. I would recommend just doing the challenges you have to focus on first, and then do the orb ones, because chances are by the time you've done all the Redux missions and you get onto the orb challenge, you've probably completed one or two of them, so just kind of try to do them on the side, and then at the very end use those tips. The next challenge is grenade kills. This one was actually quite fun, I found, because there's a few different ways to do it. So the first way, which I found on Reddit, which I couldn't do because I don't have the adventure available to me, is the Heroic Hephaestus mission on Mars. This can have a grenade modifier, and if it does have a grenade modifier, you can basically continuously chuck grenades at an endless stream of enemies. I think there's an endless stream of enemies near the start of the adventure, so if there's a grenade modifier on, your grenade bar basically generates really fast, and that can mean you can just keep chucking grenades, and it works pretty well. I haven't done that because 1, the grenade modifier wasn't active whenever I was doing the grenade challenge, and 2, I didn't have the mission available to me. So if those two things are, if the mission's available to you and that has a modifier, you can do that, and that's that basically. Another option, which is the way I did it, was I used the first wave of escalation protocol, because there's a lot of thrall at that stage, and the grenade one hits them obviously, so I found it pretty useful in that regard. I was doing the warlock grenade challenges for with escalation protocol, and if you're trying to get solar grenade kills for warlocks, which I think is the only grenade challenge that there is for warlocks, you can use Dawnblade. Obviously you have to use a solar subclass, and then you can use the top branch or the bottom branch. I don't remember which one it is, it might be the bottom branch. It's the one which allows your grenade bar to fill up a lot quicker whenever you get airborne kills, because what you can basically do is you can get your grenade, you can then go up in the air, levitate or whatever, chuck your grenade, get kills, and then your grenade bar will be like half full already because you're in the air when it got kills. Get like 2 kills, it'll be refilled again, you can chuck another grenade and do the exact same thing. It works really well, it doesn't take too long to do, and it's very effective. If you're using a Titan or a Hunter, just do the same thing. If there's any sort of exotics, I think there's an exotic for a Hunter which gives you 2 grenades. There might be a similar thing for Titans. Basically, use whatever exotics there are to give you more grenades and that sort of thing, but I can't really help with Titans and Hunters aside from just saying to wave 1 of Escalation Protocol. For super PvE kills, I found that the Postmodern Prometheus adventure on IO worked very well because it basically gives you unlimited super energy, because I think the story for that adventure is basically that Asher is trying to make artificial light, and he does kind of do it, and it basically gives you unlimited super energy every time you pick up an orb. And then there's also endless enemy spawns. It does slow down over time, I find though, and it doesn't really become very effective, so I managed to get like 50 or 60% done, and then I called it quits because it just wasn't worth it. So if you don't kill the witches in the centre and you don't destroy the Taken Blights, then it actually works very well and you can get a lot of your challenge done in doing that method. Other ways would literally just be doing public events to get your super fill and doing that sort of thing. I think what you can do is you can basically rally at the flag, activate your super, kill loads of enemies, re-travel to the public event, rally at the flag and do the exact same thing. I think that does work, so you can just do that if you want, and yeah, and do lost sectors, that sort of things. It does work pretty well, and there's many different ways to do it, but that's the most effective way I found doing that adventure. For PvP super kills, the best way to do it would be doing Mayhem. However, Mayhem was last week or the week before, so you can't really do that anymore. But if it ever becomes active again during the event, definitely do Mayhem. I don't think it will though. Other ways would just be using PvP oriented supers, so Arc Strider for Hunters. That's the one with the staff, the Arc subclass. Doing the combos and that sort of thing work really well, and dodging and trying to keep people on their toes works really well. And maybe if you really want to, you can look up different ways to do combos for Arc Strider, but it seems pretty effective, and it seems to be in those PvP oriented subclass for Hunters. Dawnblade seems to be the best class for Warlocks as well. Nova Bomb, it kind of gets you 1 or 2 kills. Dawnblade can give you like 4 or 5 if you're good with it, and then I would say that Stormcaller is the worst one, but you can experiment with it. I would personally say Dawnblade for Warlock, Arc Strider for Hunter, and for the Titan, Hammer of Soul is very good, and the one where you crunch slam, the Arc subclass, I don't remember the name of it, is really good as well from what I know. So those PvP oriented subclasses work very well, and just kind of playing to their strengths as you would expect, but I don't really have any other advice there because it's really just luck. For doing Redux missions, it's a lot easier with other people, so if any of your friends are playing Destiny 2 or whatever, get them and do the Redux missions with them, because it's a lot easier doing them with someone, even if it's just one person. So it's a lot easier doing it with one person than it is doing it by yourself, so we definitely just try to get someone to play with. If you don't have any friends who play Destiny 2, if none of your friends play Destiny 2, then use the Destiny 2 companion app. I think it's an iOS, it might be an Android. You can use the Destiny 2 companion app to go into the Fireteam section and post like, such and such Redux mission, need 2 people or something, and then you can select how many people you need. So you can do that, and that'll get you people to play with. So I recommend doing that sort of thing. It goes a lot quicker, and you might meet some people that you actually like and play Destiny 2 with for a while. But that's that basically. Other things would be for wins in Crucible. I would just recommend getting a fire team. I soloed it basically. It took like 7 or 8 matches, I think, maybe 10 matches. It took a while, but basically just get a fire team. It helps a lot, and yeah, use the app as well. Xbox has a built-in thing. You can go to the game hub and it'll have a fire team section, or not a fire team section, but like a social section or something, where you can type in a post and then it'll looking for a group basically. So that works pretty well. But that's that for my tips essentially. Anything else is really just go through it at your own rate. There's nothing else I can really say about that. If you do have any sort of challenges, which I highly don't want to get any comments, but if anyone does want any help, just comment and I'll try to do my best to, give a tip or something for it, if in case I've forgotten any. But that's about it. So Forsaken comes out in about 2 weeks from this video going live. I think it goes live on September 4th. So I'm looking forward to that like a lot. Next week is the update which gives you weapon slot changes and all that, so I'll definitely go through that on Tuesday or the Wednesday or something. But we'll see how that goes because I don't have all that much time for videos at the moment. But we'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, maybe even subscribing, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.